You know, we talked to you last week. You chopped it up with us for a long time over here, right? So the thing is, you can't make us come out here in vain, though. We come out here just for you. We come out here just for you. You too, sis. Right? We come out here just for y'all. Listen. It's 11 something at night, right? It's 11 something at night. It's cold, right? We don't have to be here. But we do this out of the love for our people, so you can't make us do it in vain. If you love your brother, you can't make us do this in vain. Right? Because scriptures tell us to do what? Isaiah 58, right? Scriptures told us to do these things. Scriptures told us to go into the highways and the byways and show our people their transgression, because if we don't show our people how they're going against God, nobody gonna do that for them. Right? Absolutely. Right? Right? So who we are the Israelites according to the Bible. We are the real Jews, sis. Right? So read what you got, Isaiah 58 and 1.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 58, verse 1.
So that's what we out here doing, sis. Read that.
Cry aloud.
Do what?
Cry aloud.
Do what?
Cry aloud.
We out here crying aloud. Read on.
Spare not.
And we're not sparing nobody's feelings, right? Read on.
Lift up thy voice like a trumpet.
Like a trumpet. That's why we got the microphone. Read on.
And show my people their transgression.
Their what?
Their transgression.
We're showing our people their transgression. Right? So who are you according to the Bible, sis? Right? Who are you according to the Bible? Do you know? It says, show my people, you from the tribe of Judah, hallelujah. Right? That's a very special tribe. Right? So, but the scriptures say, go and show my people their transgression. What is transgression? Do you remember? I think we went over that last week. See, this is why you got to come to the school. You got to sharpen that sword. Right? So give me 1 John chapter 3, verse 4. Right? 1 John 3 and 4. We're going to show you the transgression. Because a lot of people go what? They go to church Sunday. They've been going to church Sunday for all their life, and they can't tell you one scripture out of the Bible. But what? John 3:16. But God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. Right? So read what you got.
The book of 1 John chapter 3 verse 4. Whosoever commits transgression also belong.
Read that again, brother. Take your time.
Come on. 1 John chapter 3 verse 4. Whosoever commits transgression also belong.
Read that again, brother. Take your time.
The book of 1 John chapter 3 verse 4.
Right.
Whosoever commits sin,
there you go,
transgresseth also the law.
So whoever commits sin transgresseth the law. Right? So keep reading.
For sin is the transgression of the law.
So we transgress against the law, that is sin. Right? So now what is sin? What are some of the things that would be considered sin? What are the laws that are going against God? Give me Leviticus 11 and 7. Get out. Right? Leviticus 11 and 7. Let me show you one of the laws. Since you eat pork, you like pork, you like pepperoni, ham, but do you eat it? You eat really? Right, she eats bacon, right? But hold on, read what you got.
The book of Leviticus chapter 11 verse 7. And the swine.
And the what?
And the swine.
What is the swine, sis? Pig, right? So read that again.
Leviticus chapter 11 verse 7. And the swine, though he divided the hoof and be cloven footed, right? Yet he chewed not the cud. He's unclean to you.
He's what?
He's unclean to you.
So you want to be clean, right, sis? You want to be clean, right? He said the swine, you can't eat it. It is unclean to you. Read on.
Of their flesh ye shall not eat.
Of their flesh ye shall not eat. Read on.
And their carcass ye shall not touch.
Even of their carcass you shall not touch it. Right? Right? Chitlins, all of that, sis. All of that, sis. Right? So now the question is, do you love God? So how do we show love to God? Do say it again, sis? Hallelujah. That's right. Following the commandments. That's how we show love to God. So if you say you love God, you can't eat pork no more, sis. Right? You got to put that thing away. There's no more eating pork. Right? So give me Leviticus chapter 23. Let me show you another important one. All right? This is something we went over last week. Let me know if you remember. All right? Leviticus 23 and start at 1.
The book of Leviticus chapter 23 verse 1. And the other one speak unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel.
Speak unto the children of Israel, which is the 12 tribes of Israel, which you are, right? The fringes. I'm going to get to that. I'll bring out that in the next scripture, right? Read on.
And say unto them concerning the feast of the Most High.
He read it.
Which he shall proclaim to be holy convocation.
A holy convocation. Do you know what that means? It means a separate gathering, right? Read on.
Even these are my feasts.
He read it.
6 days work shall be done.
6 days shall work be done. Read on.
But the seventh day
The
is
what?
But the seventh day.
What's the seventh day of the week? Saturday. Right? So Friday sundown to Saturday sundown, that's considered the Sabbath, right? The seventh day, read on.
Is the Sabbath of rest.
Is the Sabbath of rest. Read on.
Come on. A holy convocation.
Uh-huh.
He shall do no work therein.
You shall do no work therein. Since I know you say you got to work and stuff like that, but we got to, listen, in this captivity, we have to work to serve the Most High because they don't make it easy for us, right? But when you keep the Sabbath, the Most High is going to bless you, right? So give me Isaiah 52:8, right? Because it's very important that we keep, that Sabbath day is the first step. To coming closer to the Lord, you got to 58:2? Okay, come on, Salakia, throw it up, right? So when we come to serve the Lord, we got to come back and come closer to Him by doing what? In that Sabbath day. That's the first step. Then He's going to release that wisdom, that knowledge, that understanding to you. Read that.
The book of Isaiah chapter 58 verse 13. If thou turn away thy foot from the Shabbat, from doing thy pleasure on my holy day,
right?
And call the Shabbat a day the holy of the Most High.
Right. When you call that day the holy of the Most High, read on.
Honorable, and shall honor him, not doing thy own ways, nor find it.
So you respect the Heavenly Father by not doing your own ways on the Sabbath day, right? Read on.
Come on. Nor find it thy own pleasure, nor speak it thy own words. Then shalt thou delight thyself in the Lord.
Then shalt thou delight thyself in the Lord. Read on.
And I will cause thee to ride upon the high places.
He's going to cause you to ride upon the high places. Read on.
Of the earth.
Of the earth, right? Because right now we on the low places of the earth, right? Well, you look where we at. We in Franklin Park. Franklin Park, listen, I'm not saying anything wrong with being around your people and stuff like that, but you look at the condition that we living in, this is not good conditions, sis. Right? When you go to other neighborhoods, when you go to Weston, you'll realize there's a big difference between how we living and how they living on that side. Right? That's why when they come through here, they lock their doors, they roll up the windows. Why? Because they don't even want to be seen on this side. Right? Because they call this the slums. They call this the garbage, right? Right? The hood. Right? But it's a reason why we live in these conditions. It's because we broke the commandments. We have to come back and serve the Heavenly Father or else. Right? This is why the Most High did this to us. We went over last week. Everybody knows that we're special people, right? Give me Deuteronomy 7:6. Everybody knows that we're special people, but why are we living in this condition? Right? We working 40, 50, 60 hours a week just to try to make it by. Trying to pay our $800 rent, $900 rent, right? You feel me? Right? Because everything's jacked up. But we were made to be a special people unto the Lord our God. Watch this. Deuteronomy 7:6.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 6. For thou art a holy people unto...
A holy people means a sacred people. Read on.
Unto the Lord thy power. The Most High thy power have chosen thee to be...
He chose you and you, sis. He chose you, right? Read on.
To be a special people.
A special people. Read on.
Unto himself.
Keep reading.
Above all people.
Below all people.
Above all people.
Equal to all people.
Above all people.
Above all people. Right? So when you look at us, with the Israelites were created to be above all people. Read on.
That are upon the face of the earth. The Most High will not set his... The Most High did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because ye were more in number than any people. For ye were the fewest.
We were the fewest, right? We were the fewest people. That's why we make so-called the 13%, right? Read on.
Of all people. But because the Lord loved you, and because he would keep you the oath which he swore unto your fathers.
Because he loved us, and he got to keep that oath that he made to Abraham, that he made to Isaac, that he made to Jacob. Because what? Those three people are our forefathers. And they were very special people, right? They are the progenitors of these 12 tribes right here. Right? Fine.
Sister Celeste, go ahead. Sister, last week you were here with us, right? Let's go ahead, guys. The first time you do this. Because you are special. Sister, you are special too. Because you are special, there are requirements that you have to abide by. First Samuel 2 verse 3. Because my sister, guess what? We have other sisters in the school too. Come to the school and see what the school is about. If you like it, put your name on the chair. If not, leave. Because my sister, guess what? God is raising up an army. In army, you see rank, structure, and discipline. We need you sisters to be our be behind us. That's what God says. Wait.
The book of 1 Samuel chapter 2 verse 3. Talk no more exceedingly proud. Let not the arrogancy come out of your mouth. For the Most High is a power of knowledge.
For God is a God of knowledge, read.
And by him,
And by him, read.
action are
No
weighed.
talk.
Action are weighed.
Actions are weighed. My sister, don't be a web boss for America. Right. Once you are in your 40s, 50s, no man will see you. Because you'll be too old. Proverbs 16 verse 7. That's what it says. God wants us to be righteous husbands and righteous wives. If you keep working for America, guess what? You're not finding husband. This is truth. We are not here to bash you or to put you or to say bad things against you. We are here to show you what you have to do to keep God's laws. That's what God says. Read.
Proverbs chapter 16 verse 7.
Read.
When a man ways please the Most High,
Sister Celeste, when you are trying to keep God's laws, you are trying to put them into application. Read.
he maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him.
Who?
To make his enemy be at peace at him.
Her boss,
Make the enemy be at peace at
her
him.
supervisor,
Make the enemy be at peace at
her
him.
manager.
May the enemy be at peace with him.
My sister, guess what? Come to the school. The priest can give you a letter preventing you from working on the Sabbath day. Sister, you have to make an effort first. We did it. You can do it too. Keep going.
Right. So like the captain broke, you know, that he was saying, it's very important, right? You got to strive to serve the Lord, right? When you strive to serve the Lord, then He's gonna start looking out for you. Read that one again, Proverbs 16:7.
Come on. Proverbs chapter 16 verse 7. When a man ways please the Most High, he maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him.
Right. So then the Lord's gonna start working in your favor. He's gonna start working in your ways. Because a lot of people say, what? Oh, I pray to God, I do this, I do that. God be looking out for me. But is it really God that's looking out for you? Right? Because we know that, you know, people, there's wicked people that succeed in this kingdom. There's wicked people that, you know, they making money and they doing all type of wickedness, but they still thriving. But we know that we got to serve the Lord. If you say you love the Lord, you got to come back and serve Him in truth and sincerity, right? Because this is what it's all about, coming back to serve the Heavenly Father, right? So she asked about the fringes. Let me get numbers 38:15. 15:38. Come on, Salakia. Whoa. Right? Right? Because this is very important. This is one of the commandments of God. This is a commandment of God. You say you love God, you got to put these on your clothes. Right? Very important that we do these things, man. We don't want to be out here preaching this stuff in vain.
My brother, how do we do? We are here
Read
to
it.
do God's
Come,
laws.
the book of Numbers chapter 15 verse 37. And the Most High speak unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel.
There it goes. Speak unto the children of Israel. It doesn't say the whole world. We are the children of Israel, right? Read on.
And bid them that they make them fringes in the bond of their
We
garments.
make them fringes in the borders of their garments. So just like you see all these brothers around here, we got fringes in the borders of our garments. It's there for a reason, right? So keep reading.
Throughout their generations.
Uh-huh.
And that they put upon the fringe a border, a ribbon of blue.
They put upon the fringe a border, a ribbon of blue, right? So that's what we do. We got the blue on the fringes. A lot of brothers, you see, he got the blue around the fringes in the borders, right? Keep reading.
And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it and remember the commandments of the Most High.
That you may look upon it and remember the commandments of the Most High. So that's why we wear these things, right? It's a remembrance of the commandments that we receive, right? Give me Sirach 25:1, right? Because he was saying something very important. He said out here, you know, we want to be husbands and we want to be wives, right? We don't want to just be out here just, you know, dipping and dodging with this guy, dipping and dodging with that woman, right? Because there's something sacred that the Most High has set up, which is marriage, right? So let's get that. Sirach 25:1.
Come on. Sirach chapter 25 verse 1. In three things I beautified.
And three things the Most High said is beautified, right? Read on.
And stood up beautiful before God and man. For the unity of brethren.
The unity of brethren, that's number one. So right here, you got the unity of the brethren, right? God said He loves to see that thing, right? Read on.
The love of neighbors.
The love of neighbors, read on.
And a man and a woman.
A man and a
wife.
Time. A man and a what?
And a wife.
A man and a wife, right? Read on.
That agree together.
A man and a wife that agree together. That's a beautiful sight in the sight of the Most High, right? So give me Hebrews 13:4, right? Because these things are very important. We forgot how to do all these things, right? Because now what do we have? We got people we just running rampant. We don't know what brotherly love is around here, right? Just not too long ago, back in December, they killed a brother right here. They killed a brother in front of the same. When we come out here every week to say, keep the commandments, don't forget the commandments, keep the commandments, love your brother, right? And they still shoot a man down, but they mad at us, right? Hebrews 13:4.
Hebrews chapter 13 verse 4. Marriage is honorable.
Marriage is honorable. It's respectable, right? Read on.
In all, and the bed undefiled.
The bed is undefiled. So marriage is honorable. That's what's respectable. That's what's respectable in front of the eyes of the Most High, right? But to get a righteous husband, to do the right thing for your husband, there's things that are required of you, right? So give me Titus 2:2, 2 and 3, right? Because a woman don't even know how to be a woman right now, right? If I say what is required, why was a woman made? Do you even know your purpose? Does the man that you're dealing with, does he know his purpose? We don't know that. We shouldn't be dealing with each other because we got to search for the Most High first. You got to have the Most High as your foundation or it's not going to work, right? So read what you got.
Come on. Titus chapter 2 verse 3. And the aged woman likewise,
right?
That they be in behavior as becometh holiness.
Right, so you want to be in behavior that becometh holiness, right? Meaning separate. You want to separate yourself from these other women that's being out here. They being ratchet and ghetto and twerking in the middle of the street. You don't want to be that woman, right? That's not a righteous thing in the sight of the Most High. Right, read on.
Not false accusers.
Not false accusers. Not lying on people, right? Gossiping. Read on.
Not giving too much wine.
Not getting drunk out of your mind because what? Now our older women, they getting drunk out of their mind all day, every day, right? Read on.
Teachers of good things.
Teachers of what?
Teachers of good things.
Teachers of good things. That's a big one, right? So what's good? What are good things that a woman should be teaching? Right? Give me Romans 7. You don't know, right? That's why you're here. Romans 7, I believe it's 14 or it's verse 12. 12, the water. Right? So we're gonna show you what's really good. Hold where you at. Hold. Just go. Right? Romans. Because a lot of women, they don't even. I don't know what to teach. They just say, I could put Barney on. Kids watch whatever they want. No, it don't work like that. Because what? These stations now, they teaching our kids homosexuality. And by SpongeBob, right? SpongeBob and Patrick, they lovers, right? Our kids shouldn't be watching that. So we gotta intervene on these things before the world catch our children, right? Read what you got.
Romans chapter 7 verse 12. Wherefore the law is holy.
Wherefore the law is holy. Read on.
And the commandment holy.
Read on.
And just.
And what?
And good.
And good. So the laws and the commandments is what's good, right? So if you say you want to be a woman of the Most High, you got to be a teacher of good things. What's good? The commandments. Hallelujah. Right? So you catching on just like that. That's a good thing. Listen, a lot of people don't get it on like that, right? It takes years for them to start. All right, maybe I should keep the commandment, right? Right. So read what you got.
God. Verse Titus.
Right. Who is this? Who is this, sis? Hold on, she got to answer. We know you know. Who is this? This is Jesus, right? Give me Revelations chapter 1. Right? Right. I'm gonna let the next brother come up and teach you exactly who this was. Don't leave just yet before you. I want you to understand exactly who this is. Right? Give us 2 minutes. Give us 2 minutes, please. She gotta understand who this is. Right? So I'm gonna let the next brother come up. Shalom.
All praise be to the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and King Yahushua. You know, the brother spoke well in the spirit. So let's open up with that revelation. So sister, you said this is Jesus, right? A lot of our people, they think that too. A lot of these guys who say they love the Most High God, they think this is Jesus. The guys who want to keep their pants below their behind like it's a sport, they think this is Jesus. A lot of these murders, prisoners, they think this is Jesus. It's been imprinted into the minds of our people, right? But do you trust the Bible? Come back to that question. Do you trust the Bible? Do you trust the Most High God? It shouldn't be a hard question, sis. Either you do, you don't. You trust the Most High? Let's see what the words of the Most High God said about this image. Read.
The book of Revelation,
chapter 1 and verse 1.
Right.
The revelation of Jesus Christ.
So the word revelation means to be revealed, right? The revealing of quote unquote Jesus Christ, right? Read.
Which God gave unto him,
Right.
to shew unto his servants,
Right.
things which must surely come to pass.
The Most High gave us this revelation, this breakdown that we're about to go over to show these people, right? The true image of the Messiah, right? Read.
And he sent and signified it
He sent and certified it, read,
by his angel unto his servant John.
by his messenger unto the servant John, right? John down to verse 12. Because John would know what Christ looked like. He rode with him, right? That was his homeboy. He was part of the clique. So of course he would know what the Messiah looked like, right? Read.
The book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 12.
Right, read.
And I turned to see the voice that spake with me, and being turned, I saw 7 golden
So
candlesticks.
John is in the spirit. He's turned around. He sees somebody speaking to him, right? He sees a menorahs right behind him, right? In this vision. Read.
And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks,
Right? Amidst the 7 candlesticks, read.
one like unto the Son of Man.
Now, sis, who's the Son of Man? You should know this answer. Who's the Son of Man? Who's the Son of Man? It's Christ. He calls himself the Son of Man, right? Read.
Clothed with a garment down to the foot.
So he's wearing a garment down to his feet. I don't know if you ever see us in our videos, we be wearing robes down to our feet sometimes. Christ was wearing that. If he was able to wear a garment, that means he has to have a what? He has to have a body. Read.
About the paps with a golden girdle.
Right, read.
His head.
His what?
His head.
His what?
His head.
His head, right? His hairs on his head, read.
And his hairs
Right.
were white like wool.
It was white like wool. It wasn't straight like this. Some of our people got straight hair, but the Messiah did not have straight hair. Right? He had nappy, woolly, white hair. Right? Does this guy have what, nappy hair? Is his hair white? No. Right? That's strike one. Read.
as white as snow.
Right? Read.
And his eyes were as like a flame of fire.
It was a flame of fire because he drank wine. When you drink enough wine, you get a little saucy, your eyes turn red. Right? Read.
And his feet.
And his what?
And his feet.
Now, if your feet is red, right? The rest of your body gonna be green? No, right? The same color of your feet is the same color of the rest of your body. Read.
And his feet,
Right?
like unto fine brass.
Has some to fine brass. What's the color of brass? It's us, right? Read.
As if
Right?
they burned.
As if they what?
burned.
As if they what?
burned.
When you burn something, what color does it become now? The Messiah was chocolate black, huh? That's the color of the Messiah. It wasn't this guy. This is not Jesus. Right? Yeah, exactly. right. She was chocolate just like you, sis. Right? That's right. Do you agree? Do you understand that the Messiah is a so-called black man? Right? You understand that?
I feel that.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
Are you ready to prove it? Do you believe that? Can you slap this guy? Not too hard. You can slap Zach and Cody in the kingdom of heaven. Right? Sis, you gotta get one of the slaps, sis. Right? Sis, we come out here to tell our people it's time for us to wake up. We're not slaves no more. They're not chasing us with the chains and the whip no more. We don't gotta be like slaves no more. We gotta come back to the laws of the Most High God. That's right. That's the only way we're gonna prosper. Give me Psalm 19 verse 18 to 19. That'll be my last verse. I'll let you guys get out of the cool. Right? Until you come back to the law, statute, commandments, you're gonna be baby mamas to these guys out here out here in the hood, man.
never that.
They can't even keep their parents up to save their lives, right? Until you come back and get the commandments of the Most High God, it will be that. That's gonna be the future, man. I'm telling you, right? Read.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 19 and verse 18.
Right?
The fear of the Lord.
The what?
The fear of the Lord
The fear, the respect of the Most High God. Read.
is the first step.
That's the first step. Knowing you're an Israelite is the first step. Understanding you're a princess, you're a daughter of Zion, that's the first step. Applying the law, statute, commandments in your everyday life, that's step 2. That's the fight. Because we've been programmed as a race, as a nation, to learn the ways of the other nations. We gotta throw that away. The same when you slap this white boy, this criminal, you gotta slap away all that doctrine out your head. Read.
The fear of the Lord
Right.
is the first step
Right? Read.
to be accepted.
To be what?
Accepted.
To be what?
Accepted.
Yo, sister, chocolate sister, you want to be accepted by the Most High God, right? You gotta have that fear. Read.
To be accepted
Right.
of him.
Right? Read.
And wisdom
Right.
obtaineth his love.
Right? Read.
The knowledge of the
The
commandments
knowledge of God's commandments. Like this is the second time we see you. The third time I don't want to see you boot up one of these wannabe gangsters out here, sister.
Never that, man.
Right? The Most High don't play around. Read.
The knowledge of the commandments of the Most High
Right.
is the doctrine of life.
This is what's going to bring you to life. Because when we strayed away from the Heavenly Father, when we decided to break His commandments, we became dead in His eyes. We've been jacked up as a people. I wasn't supposed to see you out here walking in the cold. You were supposed to be having your chariot, and I'm supposed to see this Caesar Borgia guy running in front of that chariot, bringing you home. That's how you're supposed to be rolling, sis. You're royalty, man. You're supposed to be living like royalty. It's because we broke the commandments. All right, I'm going to let you guys go. I want to see you guys in the school. Tomorrow we got service at 12 p.m. D-Light is Zion, one of the many homes of the truth. 2937 West Bar Boulevard. I want to see you guys there. It's on the fly. You know what I mean? I want to see you guys at the feast days, man. All right? Sis, I don't want you talking about Jesus is right no more because you said it with confidence. Who says Jesus? You said it with confidence. You gotta leave that. Right? It's out of love, sis. The words of the Most High God is fun, man. All right? Shalom. Be safe, okay? Get home safe.
Have a good night.
Get home safe. Give me Matthew chapter 10, verse 8. After that, give me Isaiah 55, verse 1. That's what it's all about. We come out to wake up our people, man. We come out to come in the highways and the byways. We don't give a damn if it's raining, if it's burning, or if it's cold. Wherever our people's at and whatever they're suffering at, that's where we're going to go to wake up the people. If we don't come up and save our people, who will? Donald Trump ain't going to do it. Bill Clinton ain't going to do it. Well, the Most High said he's going to raise up his prophets in Babylon. We hear life in effect.
That's right.
Read that for me. 10 and 8.
The book of Matthew, chapter 10 and verse 8.
Right? Read.
Heal the sick.
The Most High God wants us to heal the sick. Right now we're doing it on the spiritual level. Soon we're going to be doing it with the spiritual power. Your brother, don't you know you're an Israelite according to the Bible? Right? You too, sis. You're an Israelite, man. You got to repent and keep the commandments of the Most High God. We are here because we love you. Why don't you give us 1 minute? Yo, sis, why don't you give us 1 minute? We want to talk to you. And you and your friend right here, or your husband. Give us 1 minute. Do you love God? Yes. You love God? You said yes, right? Yes, give me 1 minute. Give me 1 minute. 1 minute, that's it? One. What about you, brother? You smiling too hard. You can't give me 1 minute? She gonna beat you, brother? Come on, brother. All right, read.
Heal the sick.
Right, he told us heal the sick. Wake up the children of Israel. Right, that's what we were created to do. Right, read.
Cleanse the lepers.
Cleanse the lepers, read.
Raise the dead.
We're raising up the dead. Our people have been dead. They've been in a dead state in the eyes of the Heavenly Father. When you're breaking the commandments of the Most High God, you're in a dead state. When you want to smoke weed all day like you're a Rasta, you're in a dead state. That's why a lot of our people is jacked up, crip walk up and down the street. Because they refuse to keep the commandments of the Most High. Right, read.
Cast out devils.
Casting out devils. We're kicking out the white man and his philosophies. Right, read.
Freely ye have received, freely give.
The word was given to us freely. We was in darkness just like you. Your brother, the blue shirt, we see you every week out here. When are you going to finally pull up and come to life in the eyes of the Most High? When are you going to decide to keep the commandments of the Most High God? Right? It was freely given to us, and we're freely going to give it back to you. That's our duty as men of the Most High God. Give me that Isaiah 55, verse 1. Isaiah chapter 55, verse 1.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 55 and verse 1.
Right?
Ho, everyone that thirsteth,
Right?
come ye to the waters.
Everyone that thirsts, come over here, man. Right? We don't have $1 million to give you, but we're going to give you the keys and answers to get out of slavery. Come over here and hear the words of the Most High God. Read.
And ye that have no money,
You don't have no money. You don't have to pay us for these breakdowns. You don't got to pay us to give you your true heritage. Right? It's freely given. Read.
come ye, buy and eat.
Come over here. By taking the words of the Most High God. Taking this instruction. Being a Jamaican isn't going to do nothing for you. A lot of you Jamaicans don't even know what the word Jamaica means. A lot of y'all don't even, I could bet $1 million you don't got to know what Jamaica means. Right? And I'll give you a red stripe straight from the champion state. A lot of y'all don't even know what Jamaica means. Read.
Ye come,
Right?
buy wine and milk,
Right?
without money,
Come and get this work. You don't have to pay for anything. You don't got cash app us. Right? Read.
and without price.
Right? Read.
Wherever do ye spend money,
Right.
for that which is not bread,
Right?
and your labor for that which satisfieth not.
We come out here to tell you it's time, man. It's time. We're living in the last days. Why ain't the Most High got the coronavirus going around to this earth? It's the Most High God is coming here. Second Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. Chapter verse 1. It's the Most High visiting this God-forsaken earth, man.
Because the laws of the Most High God have been thrown away. The children of Israel is in captivity. They want to wear blonde hair and look like highlighters walking up and down the street. Our people refuse to keep the commandments of the Most High God. We want to be niggas with PhDs, full-fledged Negroes. It's high time for us to come back to the Most High. Read that for me.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9 and verse 1.
Yo, sis, do you love the Most High God? I'm talking to you, sis, with the lace front. You love the Most High? I'm asking you, do you love God? Let me give you one scripture before you go. Please, sis, one scripture, sis. I can't get one scripture from you, sister. Sis, you're an Israelite according to the Bible, man. You gotta put away that blonde hair, stop smoking, and take away them short shorts. Right. Are you gonna find a little pookie if you keep wearing them short shorts, right? Read.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9 and verse 1.
Right, read.
He answered me then and said,
Right.
measure thou the time diligently.
A lot of you guys need to measure the time. Donald Trump is in the White House for a reason. Americans will be destroyed. That's right. The coronavirus is rampant throughout this earth right now. We're going to go over it through the scriptures. We're going to show through the scriptures why that's happening. Right? Read.
Measure the time diligently.
Measure the time. Yo, brother, you shouldn't be smoking no cigarette. Or sister, you're not supposed to be smoking that cigarette. You got to put it away. You're an Israelite according to the Bible. You shouldn't be operating like that. Read.
Diligently in itself.
Right? Read.
And when thou seest part of the signs pass,
what are the signs that Most High God will say would happen? Read.
which I have told thee
Right?
before,
Right? Read.
then shalt thou understand.
Then you're going to understand what's going on. We are in the last days. Our deliverance is near. A lot of you Negroes are going to be destroyed if you don't want to pay and keep the commandments. Yo, brother, come give me 1 minute, brother. Give me 1 minute, brother. All praises be to the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Watch yourself, brother. Give me Luke chapter 15. Verse 7.
Come here, brother. Come here, stand here.
Go on, brother.
We are here for you, brother. We are here for you. Come here. We are here for you. Listen to the
Hold on, brother. Everything good with you? What's your name? What's your name is, brother? Huh? You're supreme. So who are you according to the Bible?
Jesus Christ.
No, who are you according to the scriptures? I'm asking you a question. Just listen. I don't want you to think we're not gonna pull out no pigeon out the Bible. Ain't no trick questions up here. We really sincerely want to know what you know. So who are you according to the scripture?
Well, I'm according to
Yeah. What's your nationality? What's your bloodline?
I'm Baptist.
That's not a nationality. Huh? That's not a nationality. What's your background according to the
I
Bible?
believe in Jesus Christ.
All right, so you don't know.
in the flesh.
Give me Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 4. So we come out here, brother, because we gotta give you the answer. We gotta give you the answer. Because I'm the type of person, I love sounding educated when I bring out the words of the Most High in history. Right? And if I gotta love my brother, I gotta love my brother like I love myself. So I want you to sound educated when you speak. I want you to move educated and holy and righteous, right in the eyes of the Heavenly Father. That's how we gotta show each other love. Right? So far from the answers you gave me, you don't really know who you are according to the Bible. Right? Then who are you? From what people? From what people? What people? Who's his people?
The Israelites.
So what does that have to do with you?
What they got to do with it?
Yeah.
I'm a part of the Israelites.
Or from what tribe?
Huh?
What tribe?
Benjamin.
Where your dad from? Your dad from the West Indies?
Huh?
Your dad from the West Indies? He's Black American?
Yeah, I'm a black American.
You're from the tribe of Judah. You almost got it, brother. So I don't have to go there too much. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 28. Actually 10 verse 12. So you know you're an Israelite, right, brother? You know that much. Do you know what the requirements is to know when you're an Israelite?
Or guess what?
What happened?
You all are called a Jew.
Of course, I'm from the priestly tribe, from the tribe of Levi, right? The third born son of Jacob. Give me that. Deuteronomy 10 verse 12.
The book of Deuteronomy.
This one scripture, I'm gonna let you speak. I'm gonna let you speak. I'm gonna let you speak. Read that.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and verse 12.
Right, read.
And now Israel,
And now Israel, you know you're an Israelite. Right now you got the edification, you from the tribe of Judah. Right? I already understood that from the script. Right? Read. It's okay, read.
what does the Most High thy God require of thee?
What does the Most High God require from you, man? If you know you're an Israelite, there's requirements. You can't be walking around doing whatever you want to do. Right? Right now, we couldn't tell you it was an Israelite because there's a certain way you're supposed to move, dress, and look. Right? I should be able to look at you and tell if you know you're an Israelite. Right? Read. It's all good. Read.
But to fear the Lord thy
How
God,
do you show the Most High God you fear Him? The Most High God power.
By respect. By
Right. Fear is respect, but how do you show it? There's an action to show it. Deuteronomy 6 verse 2. Let's find out what it is. What's love?
Love my brother.
How do you show your brother love?
What
Because
agape love.
let me give you an example. Let me give you an example, brother. In the eyes of those guys over there, when they steal your money and take your beer and drive off in their
still
Camaro,
love
they think
It's
that's
my
love
love.
in their eyes, right?
But I
That's not
still
love. We
love
gotta go see what the Most High God think is love.
But the
Read that
Bible
for me.
say I
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6 and verse 2.
Right, read.
That thou mightest fear the Most High God.
Right.
To keep all,
To do what?
to keep
To do, read.
all his statutes and his
All
commandments.
his laws, statutes, commandments. That's the fear of the Most High God. Go back to Deuteronomy. Wow.
The most commandment out of all of them is love thy neighbor as thyself.
Really? How do you? Okay, what's love according to the Bible?
Huh?
2 John 1 verse 6. Huh? What you just said?
Love my
How do you show him love?
In spite of.
How do you show him love? How do you show him love? Listen, if I were to walk up to you and slap that beer out your hand and call you a nigga, you're not gonna be happy about that, right? I didn't show you love, right? 2 John 1 verse 6.
The book of 2 John, chapter 1 and verse 6.
Right, read.
And this is love.
And this is what?
This is love.
And this is love, right? In America, they tell you when two men rub each other under the sheets, that's love. When two women play scissor fight, rock, paper, scissors, shoot under the sheets, that's love. That's not love. That's an abomination, read.
And this is love,
Right.
that we walk,
That we do what?
walk
That we chase, read.
after
After, read.
his commandments.
After the commandments of the Most High God, right? If you're not keeping the commandments of the Most High God, you're not showing love.
But he say,
No.
walking according to the spirit.
What's the spirit?
What-
Now I'm asking you the question.
Okay,
What's the spirit?
The spirit is Jesus Christ.
That's the
You
spirit?
represent, that's right, you represent him.
Say John
according to the
6:63.
spirit. Bring it out.
Let me show you, brother.
You
Right now, brother,
represent-
you seeing a whole nother breed of men
What
out
I'm
here right
saying,
now.
listen,
You tell me what happened.
what I'm trying to say,
Yeah, what's up?
once you accept Jesus Christ,
Proverbs 8 verse
guess
17.
what? Once
Got that.
you accept him,
Right?
it's the blood that makes you right with God.
Okay, let me
It
show you
ain't
something.
in my
you said.
flesh.
You said
'cause ain't
once
no
you
good
accept
thing
him, right?
in my flesh.
Once you accept him,
But
correct?
once you accept
Once you
Jesus-
accept him?
Okay, for instance, I'm a backslider, right?
Right. We will all
But
go
see,
like
guess
that.
what? That don't mean that I don't have a relationship with him. It ain't
doesn't?
it ain't my situation.
Are you
No,
sure
it's
about
the
that?
Blood. It's the blood.
Are you
that
sure
makes
about that?
Righteous with God.
Are you sure about that?
I already know
Now I
that.
want you to let me give you 3 scriptures and
Already
after that, I'm gonna let you
know
get the floor. Proverbs 8:17,
It's
1
a
John 2 verse 3 after that.
You have with it.
Read that. Read that.
The
verse.
book of Proverbs, chapter 8 and verse
Let me see
17.
what the Most High God say about that. Read.
I love them.
What did he say?
I love them.
What did he say?
I love them.
What did he say?
I love them.
God say, I love them. Read.
That love me.
That do what?
That love me.
That do what?
That love me.
If you're not keeping the commandments of the Most High God, He don't love you. Right? Now you said by the blood,
That's in
you know
vain.
Him.
That's in vain. That's
Wait, hold
in
up. You said by the blood. Hold up, brother. I told you. I told you. Give me
But the
3
Bible
scriptures.
say,
Hold up, brother.
ain't no
Brother.
one righteous.
Brother.
Ain't no
I'm gonna let you get the floor.
one fall
Brother,
short of the
listen,
glory
brother.
of God.
Brother, listen, brother. I'm gonna let you get the floor. We're not
Ain't
running
no
away.
perfect
This ain't no
preacher
Looney Tunes,
around
brother.
here.
I'm gonna let you get the floor. I got 2 more
You
scriptures.
already know.
You said by the blood you know
That's
God,
right, the
Jesus
blood,
Christ, right?
the relationship.
1 John 2 verse 3.
Because he already said
Hold
it.
up.
He already read.
Hold up, brother.
He said ain't no
Hold
one
up,
righteous.
brother. Calm down,
But
brother.
that don't make
Hold up.
you-
1 John 2.
The book of 1 John, chapter 2 and verse 3.
Right?
And hereby
Right.
we do know that we know him.
That we know him. Read.
right.
If we keep,
If we do what?
keep,
If we do what?
Keep.
If we do what?
Keep.
If we do what?
Keep.
If we keep, we apply. Read.
his commandments.
No, by the sweet blood of Jesus.
His
By the
commandments.
sweet blood of Jesus.
Keep his commandments.
If we apply the commandments.
Listen, man.
That's the only way.
Listen, ain't no,
Luke 19:27.
ain't nobody.
Come grab
Listen, man.
He that saith I know him.
A lot of people, brother, I'm not speaking about you, in general. A lot of people feel the love, they love the Messiah, they love God. All right, let me speak.
show me
I'm gonna
a
let you get the
righteous
floor.
man.
I'm gonna let you get
On
the
this
floor.
earth.
Sure?
You show me a righteous man.
You sure?
Guess what?
So there's no
Ain't
righteous man on the
righteous
floor?
man on
There's
the
none
floor.
at all.
Nobody's perfect.
There's none at all.
Listen.
Wait, hold up, brother. We made a
Strive
statement.
for-
Brother,
you
hold up, brother.
strive for
Brother,
progress,
listen,
not
brother.
perfection.
Brother, listen. You said there's no righteous man on the earth. Brother, come on, brother. Were you drinking too much? Were you drinking too much?
No.
Then let me speak. I want to let you talk. I want to hear where you're coming from.
I know where
I
you're
want to. We all do, brother. But you gotta let me speak. Now you made a statement. You said there's no more righteous men on the earth,
Ain't nobody.
right?
Everybody
Romans
falls
11 verse
short.
3.
David.
You said that there's no more righteous men. They're all gone, right? They're all sinners. They all want to be boxy boys and get money. Right?
The only thing that makes you
Romans 11 verse 3.
is Jesus Christ.
Now, if I can prove you wrong, you gotta let me get the floor for 2 minutes. That's it. 2 minutes.
Right.
Are you sure you're right? Are you sure? Are you sure?
He said, ain't nobody.
There's no righteous man, right? It's written,
But
right?
the Bible say,
Read.
The book of Romans, chapter 11 and verse 3.
Right?
was nobody.
Lord, they have killed thy prophets
Right?
and dig down thine altars,
Because a lot of people thought there was no more righteous men back in the days too. Right? Read.
and I am left alone,
Right.
and they seek my life.
Right? Read.
But what saith the answer of God unto him?
Right? Read.
I have
What did he
reserved.
say?
I have
What did
reserved.
God say?
I have
What
reserved.
did the pastor say?
I have reserved.
I have reserved. Read.
To myself
To himself. Read.
7,000 men.
What did God say?
7,000
What did
men.
God say?
7,000 men.
But that's the Bible. No. Ecclesiastes 5 verse 1. Now you gotta give me 2 minutes. No, brother. Now you gotta give me 2 minutes. I proved you wrong. Now, I proved you wrong the whole time. Right? We proved the Most High God is right. We proved the Most High God is right. Right? But now you gotta give me that 2 minutes to speak now. You gotta give me the respect and give me 2 minutes. You said you would too.
Go ahead.
Right? Let's get Ecclesiastes 5 verse 1 first. And after that, I'm gonna get the phone. The end of my 2 minutes is gonna start. If you got your phone, you can time it. I'm a man of my word. You got Ecclesiastes 5 verse 1 yet? It's okay. Brother, we come out here because we love you, man. That's all we came out here to do, brother. You got it? Read that for me.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 5 and verse 1.
Right, read.
Keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of the Lord.
Right now, we're in the house of the Most High God. When 2 or 3 is gathered in His name, He's there too. Right? So right now, you're in the house of the Most High God. You're in the church right now. Read.
And be more ready to hear.
You're right. Be right, more ready to what?
Hear.
Hear. To listen. Read.
Than to give the sacrifice of
Now, we're
fools.
not saying you're a fool at all, because you're old enough to get your bell beaten. You're old enough to be my father, right? We come out here to tell our people and educate our people with the laws of the Most High God. Based off our little conversation, there's a lot you're missing. You know a little bit, but there's a lot you're missing, right? Now let me show you a law that you're breaking right now, right? I'm gonna show you a law you're breaking right now, because it's love. If I want to show you love, I gotta show you what law you break so you can do better. If you see me out there holding hands, listen, brother, hold up, brother. If you see, you gave me a promise, give me 2 minutes. If you see me walking up down the street with a 6'5" man with no shirt holding hands, talking about that's my boo, you're supposed to rebuke me and correct me. Because if you love me, you'll correct me. And tell me, bun, chichi, man, burn. Right? That's love. Now, I'm going to show you love right now. Give me Leviticus 19 and 27. Leviticus 19:27. Let me show you love right now.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 27.
Right, read.
Ye shall not round the corners of your heads.
God said we're not supposed to be balding our heads. If your head is naturally going bald, that's one thing. You forehead bald, you good. But you can't be shaving off your head and you looking bald. Right? That's breaking the law of God. After today, if you could grow some hair, grow it a little bit, wave it up, keep it low, grow your hair, brother. Read.
Neither shalt thou mar the corners of thy
You're
beard.
not supposed to be destroying off your beard. Right? If you could grow your beard a little bit more, brother, grow it a little bit more, keep it low. If you want it down like James Harden, grow it down to James Harden and you can go get you a licensed assistant. Most of blessed with a licensed assistant. Right? I'm just playing with you, brother. Right? Give me Numbers chapter 15, verse 38. That's an easy law, right? Is that hard to keep? That's easy. Right? And the Most High God gonna bless you by doing it. If you know you're an Israelite, you have to apply God's laws. That's the only way. You cannot be walking up here talking about you from the tribe of Judah and Benjamin, and you a full-fledged nigga in the hood. You refuse to keep the commandments of the Most High God. Right? If you was Levi, you could keep the law already. I just joke. Let's read it.
The book of Numbers, chapter 15 and verse 38.
We're here to build, man. We're not here to cast down our people.
Speak unto the children of Israel
Most High God say, speak unto you, because you're an Israelite. Right? Read.
and bid them
And tell him, command him, read.
that they make them fringes
You make yourselves fringes, like this. Like this. You make yourself fringes, read.
in the borders of their
At
garments
the borders of your garments, right? Read.
throughout their
Now,
generations.
when the Most High bless you with a wife, if you don't have a wife already, or if you don't have children, your children's children are supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be instructing them. If they're walking up and down your house with no fringes, you're supposed to have that belt chasing them.
I put a big head.
Exactly. Right? You're the ruler and king. Right? Only one CEO in the house. Read.
throughout their generations,
Right.
and that they put upon the fringe
Right.
of the borders a ribbon of
A
blue.
ribbon of blue. Read. Let's find out why. Read.
And it shall be unto you for a fringe.
For a reminder. When you look at these fringes, damn, I wanted to go bust that lick, but I know my God say, thou shalt not steal.
That's right.
Right? I know I want to hit the strip clubs because it's Saturday night, but today is the Sabbath of the Most High God.
Right.
I'm not going to defile it. Right? Read.
That ye may look upon it,
Right?
and remember
Right.
all the commandments of the Most High.
You remember all the commandments of the Most High God when you wear these fringes. Now, do you think that you're not going to get nothing from keeping the laws of God? There's a reward for keeping the laws of God. Do you know that? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Give me from St. John 14:21. Yeah, go right ahead.
You know what
Before you
some
get
of
the
the laws
scripture.
is?
Yeah, go
The
right
fruit
ahead.
of the Spirit.
Right, what's the fruit of, you got to apply the laws if you want the fruit of
but
the
I'm
Spirit.
saying, the fruits of the Spirit. That's some of the, that's some of the.
That's in Galatians, the 5th
Some of the
chapter.
laws, fruit of the
But the word of the Most High God is the Spirit.
But
Yeah, go right ahead.
it's one law that covers all, and that's love.
And what's love?
Love thy neighbor as thyself.
And what's love? It's keeping God's what?
It's fine love.
It's keeping God's what?
It don't have no judgment, and don't judge it like judge your brother because.
I'm gonna let the next brother edify you
because
about
he
that.
drank or
But
whatever.
love is what, brother?
You
What's
love
love?
him in spite of.
But what's love, though?
Agape love.
It's love is coming to the
Unconditional.
commandments. Read that for me. St. John
The
14.
book of St. John, chapter 14 and verse 21. He that hath commandments
Right.
and keepeth them,
When you keep God's commandments, when you have them, you apply them. Read. Read it again.
But the
he
Bible said
that hath my commandments
Right.
and keepeth
And
them,
you do them, you apply them. Read.
he it is that loveth me.
You're the one that loves the Messiah. Right now, we're the ones that show the Most High God love in the hood right now.
Right.
We're applying the laws of the commandments and we're going out to teach the laws of the Most High. Read.
And he that loveth me
Right.
shall be loved of my Father.
But when the Christ is showing you love because of what your works, now the Most High God gonna show you love. Now he gonna go brag up to the Most High about you. Read.
And I will love him.
And he said he's gonna love you. When you lower your rent, Messiah gonna make a way, snap that finger, now you got that rent money.
Right.
Right? When you crying, you stressing, Most High bring that blessing on. All right, let me get one more scripture, Revelation 2:7. Right? Brother, we come out here because we love you. We want to see you with the love of the Most High God. Because a lot of our people out here smoking, they want to smoke cigarettes, they want to smoke blacks in my last scripture. But we're trying to give you the real tree right here. Right? We're trying to give you the real
That's
trees.
the meat.
Right? Exactly. Read.
The book of Revelation, chapter 2 and verse 7.
Right, read.
He that hath an ear,
Right.
let him hear.
That's 2 verse 7, right?
Okay.
Read what the Spirit says. Yeah, cut, that's it.
He that hath an ear, let him hear.
Right, read.
What the Spirit says unto the churches.
Right? What this word is telling you. Because we are the church of the Most High. Read.
To him that
He
overcometh,
wants you to overcome. Because there's a lot of destruction coming to this country. And the only way you're going to make it through is by the faith of Yahweh shine the laws of the Most High God. And linking up with your brothers. Because we're the ones that's going to defend you from the other nations in these last days. Read.
will I give, he that overcometh,
Right?
him will I give to eat the tree of life.
The what?
Give to eat the tree of
He's
life.
going to give you the tree of life. Right? Not the ganja, not the marijuana smoke, not the Ziggy, not the black and mild. You want the tree of life of the Most High God. Right? Hey, tomorrow, brother, we got class at 12 p.m. I want to see you there. 2937 West Broad Boulevard,
Okay.
one of the many homes of the truth,
Yes,
man.
sir.
I want to see you there, brother, all right?
Okay.
Go use the restroom. And you from the tribe of Judah, not Judah and Benjamin, okay?
right.
All right, brother, we are here because we love you. Isaiah 8:16. Isaiah 8:16. We come out to bind you guys with the laws of the Most High God and the testimony, right? There's gonna be a time when you're not gonna see us go more on the highways and byways anymore. What you gonna do next? Pookie, who got to break down? They don't have to break down, right? He's not gonna tell you to go smoke and wait till that fire come and that's it, right? Come.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 8 and verse 16.
Right?
Bind up the testimony,
Right.
seal the law
We come out to bind the testimony and seal the laws of God in you. Read.
among my disciples.
Among the children of the Most High God. And with that, I want to say shalom to the nation of Israel and death and destruction to America and other nations.
That's right.
Hallelujah.